How well do edibles work for pain? Because I'm kind of deteriorating and I need some relief.
Hey John, so first, really sorry about the pain you're having and I really hope you start feeling better soon. Now, short answer to your question is probably will help a little. Longer answer though is not sure exactly how much. And that's because the way cannabis works is fairly complex. See, it interacts with something that we call the endocannabinoid system, which is a fancy way of saying the sort of cannabinoids our body makes naturally. Cannabis simply simulates that chemical we already have inside and makes those systems activate more. But the cannabinoid system is fairly complex. It's what's called a neuromodulator, meaning rather than being these direct pathways that do specific things like you've heard about with, say, dopamine, the cannabinoids sort of adjust the strength of different communications done by other systems in order to enhance or reduce some activity. And that's why each person's response is so complex, because cannabinoids affect memory and pain and immune response and reproduction and sleep and your physical sense of alertness. And then you add to that each plant or strain is going to have different levels of different cannabinoids, and each of those affects these various receptors differently. So we sort of have this whole array of different medications, the different strains, and this whole host of different receptors responding to those medications. And so each person's response is going to be a little bit unique. Add to that all of the legal issues we've had with cannabis, and the research remains limited. We're only now starting to see some real movement now that it's been decriminalized in some areas in the US, for example. And the research out there is mixed, meaning some research showing it's been really helpful for pain, and other research throwing that into question. And there's also a piece we're not really talking about here, which is your subjective experience of that pain. Meaning, if you can take something that makes you feel less anxious about being in pain, that's really important too. And if you happen to find that you get that kind of relief from an alternative treatment, that's something important to think about too. And whatever you do, by the way, make sure you tell your doctor. You're not going to get in trouble with them, but it does sometimes adjust how they give other medications for pain. And no matter what, I really wish you the best and hope you start feeling better soon, because post-op pain sucks.